Hello, this is entry 66, I believe. Um, sorry, 67. Yeah, yesterday I wasn't paying attention to chat at all. My bad. Um, I ended up ignoring someone by accident there. I didn't expect anyone to enter chat. Um, as usual, I'm sticking these on Twitch 'cause, I just figured that's a little bit simpler. Yeah, it just kind of it's multi-purpose. I get to do two things at once. I can put myself here, then put it on YouTube and Reddit. It's not working like I thought it might in terms of advertising. I'm slowly, very very slowly, getting more Twitch subs or followers or whatever you call them, free followers. Uh, very very slowly getting more people on YouTube. It's not exactly the goal. The goal is still just to talk into the camera and babble freely, basically. That much is working, so that's cool. Um, so yeah, where are we? Where are we here? I have this project from yesterday that I could work on. I don't know if I want to. I kind of wanted to start something new. I don't really have an idea yet, but I want to start. Yeah, this is obviously very far from a finished project. Okay. I don't really know what I want to do yet. Maybe I should have waited until I had a proper idea in mind, but I don't. So I've been liking the charcoal brushes a lot. The charcoal brushes are really fun. Very I mean, the chalk and charcoal. There we go. I like these. Yeah, they're the greeny one in particular is kind of neat. Let me see what this looks like on this RG. I guess the chalk in particular looks pretty cool. They have all these effects. Does it follow? Okay. So I like the chalk brush. I have some other brushes here too I could play with. The watercolors have been pretty fun too. I like the effects of the watercolor brushes. Mhm. The airbrush is also a very I find very useful thing. I'm gonna make a new tab here. I'm gonna start working on my favorites, I guess. So yeah, I like the airbrush. I like the chalk brush. I guess I'm kind of returning to the roots again. I gotta keep reminding myself of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it. And there's a particular not that one. I like this brush too. Uh, I want the It's a very simple one here. Size opacity, because it does both. Yep, by does both, I mean like a very lightly touched is a small opaque line, and then hard, it's like a very large non-opaque line. But yeah, returning to roots. So the beginning of the year, my quest was quite it was motivating for me, and it's quite simple. It's the pursuit of beauty. That's it. The pursuit of beauty. And again, returning to roots. The reason for starting this was solely practice to start talking more regularly. I have quite a difficulty speaking, to put that bluntly. I'm gonna test brushes out and make a mess at the same time here. I want to see if there's anything worth adding, any brushes worth adding to my favorites tab before I switch over and just focus on those. Yeah, I'm just gonna practice brushes. Let's see what looks nice, what feels good. I kind of do like this brush. Um, I'm gonna add this to my favorites quick. I might remove it later. Wait, did I do it right? Could also rename this tag. There's got to be a way to rename that because that doesn't. Okay, let me do that. Let me do this again. New tag. Most used, I guess. Or I don't know, just used. This is. I didn't mean to do this. I haven't really gone into as much depth as I could when it comes to personalizing creative, according to I've kind of just been using the default settings for the entire time I've been using this program. Except for I change some of the UI around occasionally as I see fit. Like, I haven't really changed a whole lot. As largely as it. Let me see what's in my thing now. I have four brushes. Difference between these two. Alright, so this is like a more full chalk brush, basically. What else do I got here? It helps if I actually use my pen because these all act differently depending if you use a pen versus you don't. I don't know why. Like this is like a very cliche thing to do for me is to fill in the corners somehow. I like cutting the corners. Trying to figure out how to do that in a less traditional way. It might be interesting. This is a cool brush. It's flat and not flat. Let me show you. Charcoal rock. I like this one too, I think. I'm gonna assign that to used. Water paint. This is a weird brush. Very weird brush. It's cool, but I don't think I like it. This is a weird brush too. I don't know what's happening with this one. Oh, it's just very laggy. A lot of these watercolor brushes are very, very laggy. And that makes them hard to use because, especially the way I draw, I like to draw fast. And if it takes like a full minute to update, it's not very conductive drawing. This one's kind of cool too. Might use that one. Big tilt. So this one's interesting because I don't know. This one's a little bit more interesting, I think. For me, I do like the watercolor brushes. I want to add that to my used tag. I'm doing this just to cut down on the number of brushes I use. So I think that'll have a positive effect on my art moving forward. The human body's interesting. I found recently that it's essentially just a bunch of these like curve shapes. Not exactly like that, but it is basically just a bunch of curves. Roughly. I do feel bad for the person I ignored yesterday who tried talking to me. Wasn't on purpose. I'm really playing with the idea of curves here. I don't know why. It is really just a bunch of curves. Like everything about the human body is this curvy shape. There's a little cursed creature. Um, I do like this texture too. The texture of that brush. That one's kind of boring. Maybe it looks different if I use. Yeah. I could also work on a color palette. This is neat. I should work on a color palette eventually, maybe. I got the leg. The brush doesn't want to connect properly. Okay, let me fix that quick. Yeah. Yeah, I could work on a color palette, but I do like having easy access to every color there is. Because I don't know, I'm like feel kind of atypical in how I like to create art, very chaotically. There's a lot of chaotic artists. But this is a cool brush too, maybe. I do like that. Like there's no reason to have three different brush sizes. Like I can just, I don't know. There's no reason to do that. I can just change the size. I mean, I want this though. Soft. They're similar enough. I might end up turning this into something. But this is kind of just me fucking around. Put it one way. I like the idea of this like plant growing out of their head for some reason. Um, Dry bristles. I wanna put kind of small at the beginning here and then larger. I don't know, just kind of playing around still. There's something I like about this brush, I think. I don't know. Move on. Charcoal rock. Uh, Now I'm starting to try to do something in particular. I don't know why. This kind of just came out of the nonsense I was doing there. I'm still doing nonsense though. 3.5. More nonsense. That's how a pelvis bone works, right? 20 bones in. I'm just playing around there. Yeah. I don't know if I like that brush even. I was just using it. Some white brushes here. I don't like how hard that brush is. It's a little bit too dry marker. Let's change colors up. Get some black again. But I like dry marker. Yeah, kind of. So something I need to do too. I need to practice drawing characters from an angle. I haven't been doing a lot of angled characters. I'm not gonna give that any credit in hindsight a good bit. I think I kind of like this brush, but it's kind of a weird brush. I don't know if I want to like it or not. Oh, I need to fix something here. See this little hourglass? I gotta like unplug everything and plug it back in, so I'm gonna stop for a bit for a moment here. Oddly annoying. Um, Whatever. I'm back. I don't know if I want to combine these two videos or just upload them separately at this point, because that was kind of it takes like an hour to export the video if I combine them. So I might just upload two parts today because of that. Oops. Whatever. Make sure I have Twitch open just in case anyone does decide to chat. And, at least respond to them. Want my OBS on the side so I can see. Yeah. What am I doing here? I'm still just testing brushes, drawing weird shapes. This thing doesn't have any arms yet. I should be. I gotta experiment with the tools more. Like using filters and stuff, even like mid project. I think that might make it more interesting. What else we got here? We got I wanna make this bone has two dip bones in it. So let's do that. Same with the what's going on with this guy here? I don't know. I don't want to think too hard about it. He's like all leg. I don't quite care about that brush. It's boring. I think I like that one. What's the difference? I do like something about this brush. I'm gonna add it to my used ones. I do want one like fine line brush too. Probably I like the ink pen, I think. I tend to like the ink pen. Because it's just so small, it's kind of yeah. I like this one. It's even finer, but shade where I have that bro. So soft. These kind of all serve a similar purpose. It's okay. Have I don't really use like the dedicated eraser tools. I kind of just use this as I need to there. I do like the airbrush. I think I'm gonna change to my brushes now. I like minimalism here. Having less is more for me. I like this kind of like devilish figure. I think he's interesting. I don't know why exactly I'm doing that. Just feel like it. Got some red there. Yeah, I'm leaning into the psychoticness in this one again. Because I can, I guess. I don't know. I do know how to draw hands and stuff. I don't know if I want to. Kind of just leave it ban someone quick. I really got to get the auto moderator, I guess. 'Cause that was kind of satisfying at the beginning, banning people. Not gonna lie. But now I'm kind of old. Got old fast. You know, I got old fast. I don't know why he's kind of angry there. He is. I want to do a kind of diamond shape here, I guess. Let me see. Like what I'm trying to do at this point, I've gotten better at trying to visualize like a 3D space. Like I'm still not great at it. I want to bring this part forward somehow. Make this 3D. Making this a bit darker, making this a bit darker. Something like that. I'll fill in the details with the other brush as it comes up. A lot of these like large spaces I still want to fill in because the white is not exactly the most interesting shade. Let's see. Try to fill in some of the highlights on that in advance. I think the red here is kind of visually interesting. I want to keep a lot of the red. I'll darken that up a bit. Darken that. Let's see. But this is supposed to be collarbone. That's supposed to be collarbone, so I want to make sure it's kind of like two parts. The hand here is visible. Want that in the front. I create a this thing on here. Let's see. Create some ground for this guy too. Hey, how's it going, Rawson? I was just kind of testing brushes out, and I don't know how this came to be, but oh, it's John. I didn't see both of you there. How's it going? Yeah, I was just kind of testing brushes out, and somehow I came up to this mess. I'm just kind of rolling with it now. Yeah, I don't know how far I'm gonna go with this, but here now, so I want to switch to the smaller brush size here soon. I don't know what it is yet exactly. I've been trying to draw like more characters at once in a kind of scene instead of focusing on one. But I don't know exactly how that's worked out yet. It's kind of just let me switch brushes too. Yeah, I have like kind of an idea, but no real yeah, I'm doing some kind of like devil insect thing there. I want to turn the center figure into a kind of monkey. I'm not sure if I can get his back legs proper here. I'll give him like tiny legs, black. Yeah, the word basket. That's been very inspirational lately. But how I want to try to figure out the legs in the background. I think I can do like this and give him like big hands to hold him up with. On there, right? The knuckle walker. Not sure like how obvious that is to see there yet. But hi Remy. There's four Remy's in chat right now. That's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of fucking around. I got this I finally got my brushes sorted to some degree. Like this is what it gives you a default, and I've kind of narrowed it down to like six here, or uh, nine, 11 there. Yeah. Um, I gotta fix the background a bit too. I want to darken that thing. Uh, these figures kind of just emerged from chaos, and now I'm trying to refine the forms a bit. Not too much. It's like my attempts at like photorealism are haven't gone very great, but I can kind of like I think I can vibe with the cartoony style to some extent. I want to put some blue up here. I want to darken the bottom. Like, yeah, so I've like, you ever seen Futurama? This is the face here is kind of inspired by the devil from Futurama. Kind of add these spikes here in two colors. Let's switch to black. Yeah, no, I've like kind of an idea, kind of not, mostly not. So just kind of throwing shapes on the canvas and seeing what happens. This is supposed to be the what is it called? Like radius and ulnar bone, I think. You have two bones there. Yeah, that's the pelvis is also not a bone I've drawn very often. I just know it's like shaped kind of like a heart. There's like some stuff going on there. And see. It happens occasionally. The mouse decides to just crap out on me. Fix the fingers up a bit. Yeah, so this is basically just like ideally I do this every day, like I stream for an hour. And it's kind of just like just practice really. Trying to get better at talking in general. I'm not really a social person as much as I want to be. I don't know what this shape is, I'm gonna get rid of it. Kind of start rounding out this face a bit more too. I got art advice recently and I like I listened to it, but then I figured out no, I can't draw like that. I'm gonna continue my insanity and make do with it. I should be centered. I kind of like this guy's general design with the little feet in the background. Okay. So let's see. The front of the body should be lighter color. It kind of goes darker. Get to the back. The tail. Yeah, it looks like a tail. The background should be background blue here. Hmm. I have like so many brushes here too. I've been wanting to try and narrow down my palette. I guess my like my choice of tools. Yeah, because if used too much, it becomes very difficult to have like a unified style of any kind. It just gets really muddied. Try to work on this hand a bit too. The hand's kind of like a square here. Um, I wasn't expecting anyone to actually pop into chat today. That's funny. The other day, like I totally ignored someone who did pop in. I wasn't looking at chat at all, so I guess yeah, the chances of me actually noticing you guys talking was pretty slim today. I wanted to give this guy like a plant for a head for some reason. Kind of felt natural. Flesh that out after. I also has no nose. I just noticed that. I've had a lot of practice doing portraits lately. Like some of the basic anatomy's gotten a lot easier. I'm breaking the rules on purpose here, but it's also just more fun to draw like this at times. I want to neck here a bit. Make his body a bit rounder here too. I like overlapping colors a lot. Hey John, Bobo the Fool. But that is John, right? No, sorry, that's Rawson. No, I'm confused. That's fair. No, I'm not sure if this is the most interesting thing to watch. It's more just for practice. Yeah, I know, I got that. I just looked. Oh, I can enable. I should have done this sooner. Where is it? Uh, I gotta figure out how to do this again. Let's see. Wait, what did I changed something there along the line. I had to fix the chat display later. I have a little that's not even visible. I had it set up before so that chat was visible on the recording, but I changed things around to set up the hand tracking display the other day, and I just never fixed it. I gotta do that. I'll do that off camera later though. Uh, Also, I'm gonna fix the feet a little bit here. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly if I might not even finish this thing here. Kind of just brush practice. I could like put a real mouth on it too maybe. I'm trying to like copy the future Ramen design there though. Yeah, I'm not sure exactly where I was going with this. I gotta like bring out the figures from the background because they're kind of melding into each other in not a ideal way. I'm gonna start to like cut them out a bit better, yeah. Not sure what these antennas are doing yet. Kind of looking like eyes now. I was working on this the other day. I just decided it was a little bit too much to try and refine that rate, and now I kind of just wanted to play around. So bring this more down to start to. This guy has like no musculature at all yet. It's all just like straight lines. Don't know exactly what he's standing on yet. Th- This is like I'm not sure exactly what he is. It is kind of like a more like a devilly creature there. This thing right here is supposed to be more monkey like monkeyoid, monkeloid. I don't know. And, like it's a little bit of shading there on the flowers. I'm not sure if I might just get rid of that. It's kind of too much to look at. Mongoloid. Hey, that's English for you, right? You can invent words as long as if people get the meaning. I think it's a good word. That's a good word. I think if it follows proper grammar, say like yeah, why not? Uh, let's see. I learned how to draw ankles the other day too. It's like a little thing there and a lower one there, kind of. I kind of exaggerated that too much, but it's okay. I don't know how to draw feet bones, so I'm gonna have regular feet. I could draw shoes, but wait. So the pelvis should be part of the leg almost, right? 'Cause, like the oops, gotta look at a skeleton here and like, have a better idea what I'm drawing exactly. My technique is very much like I just add a lot of stuff and then I try to take away until it looks. His head doesn't need to be this square either. Maybe make it more skeletal. I can make it way more skeletal, yeah. Also have like a decent amount of practice drawing skulls and stuff. Like the edginess. Let's do that. Yeah, it's easier if you start with very large. I can kind of like for a moment, 300. I'm using this ratio because it's just it fits on a page really easy. But yeah, my like technique for generating, yeah, it's basically an ink block. It's like you start with just very large shapes, and I don't know, it's just literally just completely random, random colors, random shapes, and then stuff starts to form. It doesn't need to have any kind of coherent meaning to begin with. That's a little bit too large, maybe. Okay. And like it kind of depends. Like you get different stuff depending if you start large or you start small. It can be more interesting. You see a face already? I don't quite see a face yet. Yeah, it's very the stuff comes and goes. And like, if you have an idea of like if you want to try and find a face on purpose, you can kind of start adding human like shapes. So like I was saying at the beginning of the stream, these kind of shapes, these curves, you can make an entire body out of just curve shapes. You see, here's the traps. An eye there. Let's just create another face over here for some reason. So it just kind of goes like this. Like I feel like this shape in particular is very organic. It's just a curve. You need it depending like what you're trying to make. Same with circles. Circles are very human shaped. And suddenly I have a hourglass figure here. Are those eyeballs or are those something else? Anyways, um, yeah, there is something. I just discovered that today too. There's something very organic about more natural movements like that. There's something very human about it. I mean, let's see. I want to. These watercolors are really nice too. They're fun to use. I gotta kind of explore them more. I should give them some kind of feat here too. Thinking emphasis on the spidery demonness thing going on here. Let's see. Hmm, not sure exactly how I want to draw. It's a general word for like hands and feet. It's not appendages. It honestly works better if I put less thought into it and I just do it. Around here, I want to be more rounded. I could also be using more layers too, and that make it easier. I don't need to go back back and forth so much. Also using a very hard brush. I could be using a more opaque one. There's a certain brush in particular I want. Uh, where is it? Size opacity is one of my favorite brushes. Very simple. It's just it does everything basically. Uh, some people have like a more like coherent workflow. I like to work all over the place though, honestly. Even little shoulders here. But I want to separate the torso from the arms. Yeah, I don't know how far I'll go with this. Um, it's already I have like 20 minutes already on recording two here. I had to like pause it halfway through. Easier if I do that. Zoom in quickly. I'm gonna leave that thing there. So let's see the Skull's kind of like has like a bunch of plates all over it. I don't have a great idea how to do the wrong thing. I embrace the cartooniness. I've also like I have a thing with halos. I don't know why exactly. I find they're visually interesting. Got a little bit of a background there. Let me bring out some of these flowers too a bit more. Trying to draw these things like super smooth is a bit difficult too. I guess I have to draw it in like one smooth line, otherwise that wasn't that bad. Otherwise, yeah, there's gonna be some jagged and jagginess like that. So, tighten up the face at this point. I've been trying to like finish and start a project in the same stream too. So this trying to do multiple characters at once is not very conducive to that thing, that idea in general. Hmm, what do I want to do there? It helps if like just to stare at the shapes and just imagine what it would look like if it was like finished, basically. Um, basically like voluntarily hallucinating. Like it's kind of what it feels like. Feels like intentional hallucination almost. But yeah, here some darkness around the neck. It darkens here too. So usually around horns, there's like kind of there's ridges. You see like goat horns and such. There's like ridges around the base of the horn. Draw this like more human-like. Mm, you're not quite it. Yeah, the human look isn't really going for that face shape. This is also too white. Like I gotta figure out my own palette for like flesh tones. Oh. First was kind of odd here to see. Make a. I was saying before, like the human body is basically a bunch of these rounded curves. It was weird, but it seems to work when I follow that as like a rule. There's a bunch of curve shapes. The forearms in particular are kind of just like triangles. Put it very simply. Oh yeah, they have a bit of a curve too. Big knuckles there. But figure that out. I want to do like that. Start to get rid of some of this background noise. Oh, the white. Yeah, it's not skin tone. I have a problem with doing that for like with this other piece of art too. It's just way too white. And like I gotta figure out skin tone palette. Like the background shouldn't be like pure black either, but it's just helping me at the moment to make everything a little bit simpler. It simplifies stuff for me. Maybe I put this on like on a proper background later. Kind of darken there. The sides of the face too are usually pretty darker. Like pretty much all the edges of an object are darker than the center is. Not a hard fast rule, but it's like usually a rule. Unless you're the ear is also it's like a ear lobe. They kind of come around like that. The brush is a little bit too soft to do that with. I should be using it. Something like that. And I can kind of make that bit after, I think. I just kind of darken it. Uh, the eye should be also quite dark. Under the nose and around the lips. A little bit of a shading spot there. They want to fix this area too. So I think this is a funny design, but it's not quite right. It doesn't look terrible on a red background there, but I'm gonna just focus on the characters, ignore the background for now. Like slightly human colors again. Let's see. Make sure this is. It's like the center of an object is usually brighter. Also, let's see. It should be like shaped like this, not so triangular, or not so like much like a rake. Get a little bit thicker on this side. Try to balance it out. Be a little bit darker on the edges. I don't know what makes a monkey's foot different than a human, so I'm just gonna make it human-ish. Like, uh, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many toes? Is it? Got the wrong like this. Again with the ankle bones, they're pretty subtle, but I think they add like important. I think it's higher on the inside. I think those add important value. Something like that. A bit of a belly. That should be brighter on the center and then darker on the sides again. The airbrush is. I'm using the airbrush. The airbrush is really nice. We gotta do it wider here. This foot's a little bit too large. See what the problem is. That's a little bit too much there. There's something wrong with the this foot. Let's see. A little bit further down, but I think that part's okay. It's just yeah, maybe I make it more even. That'll help. Starts here, and then I don't want to. I did it again. I did a rake shape. It should be more. I don't have a lot of practice drawing feet. I say the closer you get to the ending, like the harder it gets to make good improvements on something. And symmetry is also really difficult to do, especially on something like I don't know, in this. I could be using like symmetry tools. Uh, that looks a little bit better. Yeah, she has feet now. Uh, the goal is like trying not to zoom in too much either. I'm gonna call this good for now. It's obviously not done, but it's funny looking. I've been going for like an hour and a half now too, so thanks for dropping in. That's cool. Like I wasn't expecting to actually talk to anyone today, so cheers for that. I kind of like how the monkey guy turned out here. I gotta fix the other ones. A little bit of practice drawing funny skeletons isn't bad. Yeah. All right, I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Peace.